So another term that I would like to talk about is the intelligence officer position. So as indicated before, it's the S2, the G2, the J2. This portrays this position, this intel officer, basically identifies enemy activity and expected travel by the enemy on the battlefield. They also portray the adversary forces during any type of practice and other variables of the operational environment during rehearsals. The G2 or S2 bases actions on the enemy courses of action that the commander selected during the military decision-making process. So the G2 provides participants with current intelligence. He portrays the best possible assessment of the enemy's courses of action. He communicates the adversary's presumed concept of operation, their desired effects, and their end state. It also explains other factors of the operational environment that may hinder or complicate friendly actions. This communicates the key civil considerations of the operation. So in other words, the G2 takes on the role as the enemy, basically red teams. So everything that we are doing with the definitions of the offensive maneuvers, U.S. maneuvers, of your maneuvers, the G2, the S2, and the J2, they would all look at the same aspects only from the enemy's point of view. Now, additionally, there's what's called the G3. The S3, the G3, the J3. Operations Officer, Operations Office. They assist the commander with several rehearsals, and then they portray the friendly forces and their scheme of maneuver. This ensures that the subordinate units and their actions comply with the commander's intent. So the G3 takes all the courses of action, all the assessments, and basically directs what the friendly force action is going to be. The G2, on the other hand, is the other perspective and acts on behalf of the enemy and what they think the enemy is going to do against the friendly forces. So in all reality, the G2 and the G3 are simulating battle. So the same way that they simulate against each other as a red team or blue team or friendly force, enemy force, you must do the same thing only on your own. You must look at the G3 perspective, which is you building your own resume to apply for a vacancy that you want. And then you must also take the G2 perspective and look at it from, I'm the hiring manager, I wrote the vacancy, this is what I'm looking for, what and how am I going to read the resumes, and I quickly identify who's qualified for an interview.